Welcome everyone to a quick evening night live stream here from our Linux distribution channel. Finally spent the 10 minutes and implemented optional dependencies. I heard you, I should have done this 15 years ago. What is it about? That is of course our source distribution, increasingly popular from ARM to x86 and everything in between. And like a source distribution, rolling release source distribution with a quite sophisticated base, including pre-compiled Firefox and stuff. And if you build sources, you've seen me doing that here every time on this channel. We didn't have, basically we have automated dependencies because the dependencies are so many and they have already been for decades, obviously even with GNOME and KDE, right? GNOME 1.4 also already dozens of dependencies. And we never, with our history with Rock Linux and what is since 20 years T2 Linux, never wanted to hard code it, right? Because you see this here, it is a full-time job of multiple people to keep a Linux distribution working and somewhat bug-free and stuff with all the constantly changing regressions. And the least thing we wanted to do 20 years ago or even today is hard code all the dependencies, what basically all the other Linux distribution basically do. That is going in here in some packages like other Linux distribution. We have this cached, but other Linux distribution would have all this hard-coded, right? Some human multiply with 2043 Linux distributions would go here. Some Linux distributions even have versions, right? So the package maintainer, Debian and so, they would like dependency and stuff, however it looks at Debian. So we auto-generate that from, like we have a build sandbox and we track all the files. So basically this is auto-generated from all those files from other packages were used. So far so good. The only problem is that this is, beside generating random nonsense, a time of using font files and stuff for documentation generation that you don't really want in there, which we know better filter out. So the last year I spent further refining our automatically generated dependencies, that they're not like too much random chaos, that historically they were not the most useful, unfortunately. But one major thing that was missing, and I should have done for a long time and finally prototyped just today live on Twitch, on our new, even more random Twitch channel, which you might want to see, go there and subscribe or so. And so that is optional dependencies. So how this works in my prototype here now is, because the issue is you might want to emerge something. Let's say you want to emerge, just check if this is dry run xemacs. I hope it didn't install it. So this is a relatively fresh, latest and greatest T2 vim install. And as you see here, it wants to build some stuff, right? And this is just a small example. Other things like Think LibreOffice, Firefox and stuff are even larger. And so what we would want to do is mark dependencies. So we still want to auto-generate them because obviously we're not wanting to hunt hundreds of dependencies. Also, they're randomly changing, right? The people update packages, they remove a dependency, they add the dependency. Most packages, like Think every OBS version has a new dependency, or Think big stuff, LibreOffice, Ardour, the digital open source music workstation and so on. So the new syntax for that I invented an hour ago, basically this tiny little 10-minute change I should have done 15 years ago, maybe T2 would be more popular, right? So what this does is improves usability. That is, if you emerge stuff, you no longer, if we further roll this out and annotate dependencies, so our thing is annotation, right? Still automatically generating, but with some human smart annotation. I hope that is enough to make dependencies great here. And so that the user would not need to randomly guess. So historically we said like, yeah, professional users, they know what they're doing, they can leave some stuff out there. But even for me, obviously it became a little bit annoying over the years, especially with dozens of new dependencies. So the way we do this now, I propose, I've not yet committed that, so that is proof of concept, live here on this channel, rapid prototyping. We always had some dependency tags, that is dep, or we usually basically only use short forms. Maybe we could also theoretically remove the long forms that we basically never used and might not even be desirable to use. So new is here E for dependency annotation. New is then opt, like we had other stuff, that's not topic of this video, but new would be optional. Mark, for example, GPM, I'm pretty sure GPM should be optional, at least it is for Emacs. Let's see, and we can try this now. So all right, so my new code would change that. So my working thing is opt. We could use dep opt, or basically it doesn't matter. But my prototype thing would. You annotate this, and when you build this in the sandbox, the optional dependencies would be annotated with opt. I've done this now manually for illustration purposes. And I already updated our emerge here. And you see what is new, not yet committed. So breaking news that only live here on my computer, on my virtual machine. So what is new is now in a T2 first, finally usability for you playing along at home. GPM not installed, add optional dependency. Yes, no, whatever, so that would be no, right? Let's see if it builds, so let's test if it really builds without, so let's like no or whatever. So now it would skip that, so that of course is one of the best, if not the best quality of 10 minutes of coding, asterisk plus some. The running gag of only took 10 minutes, yeah, it took 1 hour and 10 minutes, but details. Certainly the best 1 hour and 10 minute hack I should have certainly done 15 years or so ago. Certainly that was probably the number. If you would ask our users and people who tried, who are not our users because they tried it and it wasn't working smoothly enough, that's my guesstimate is also shared files. Okay, nah, shared files. Okay. Usually we patch that away. I was a little bit lazy. So much stuff to do. I did actually not do that for the package. Also now I get a call. So in general, it works. We can basically commit that. Again, usually I patch the shared files. This is just Emacs and XEmacs fighting for attention and clobbering each other's files, like, of course, decade-old packages that have their flame wars would do. So yeah, that's basically it. Of course, annotating some stuff will be a little bit of work, but obviously less than doing that all manually. What we can do even more stuff automatically, which I could implement next. One thing I have here for Git already, tcltk, and these optional dependencies are many, right? You probably don't even know what optional dependencies packages have, because even I'm often surprised. I did this proof of concept for Git, for example, so a lot of things have bindings, that would be here tickle-tick. And when I prototyped that all live on Twitch, I came to the realization that theoretically they would belong together, right? So currently with my initial proof of concept, now it would ask, do you want to build TCL or TK? It doesn't make the most sense. So I think we should start using this like one line of groups of belonging together. It's not yet implemented to behave that way, but we could do that later. Initially, I think it's a huge step already to, in general, start that, get that rolling. So basically, each time I or some other maintainer does here something now, we should basically annotate that. If we commit this, I would probably wait some hours or days syncing with other people, if that is how we want to do that. What else could we... I mean, yeah, basically the other things are what comes to my mind. What is basically testing our own stuff and annotating what is annoying. A lot of stuff has, for example, optional dependencies for Qt, even XEmacs, for example. And do we even, yeah, for example, even XEmacs, we could build this without X, for example, both Emacs and XEmacs, and even Vim, right? I don't even what we. The one big question is, what do we do with stuff like Vim? That because the stuff with X11, does it even? Yeah, so GTK plus. So the problem here is that that group would be large, right? So I'm not really, so basically maybe we need to add something clever of GTK and dependencies, because yeah, somehow that is of course super annoying. So theoretically we would need to manually attribute here all the GTK stuff of ATSPI, half-bus, cargo. It's basically one group. I'm not really sure if I want developers or package maintainers burden. But yeah, the problem is it's like half of the dependencies, so right? So that is a thing. But we will see. I propose that mostly for the really big packages. Yeah, leave in the comments below. How do you like it? So now we emerged that. Of course, it needs a little bit more testing. It's like a initial rapid prototyping, but certainly a huge quality of life improvement. Other things, I mean, even QEMU, right? Even QEMU should have, actually, does it even have Jack? So for example, maybe we start with the big things. What did we fuse libSDL? Let's maybe also do this for QEMU proof of concept. So QEMU would be optional, apparently Jack. Like I would propose to start marking stuff that really is controversial or not really often used, like Jack. What was it? Fuse. So like even I usually use QEMU without fuse, right? It's a little bit similar to Gentoo eFlex, just dynamic. I don't know how dynamic that is with Gentoo. They usually have your eFlex stuff. Maybe I should reinstall Gentoo. I've not done that for like ever. libSDL2. So like libSDL2. And again, I would propose that to be groups, right? So that is why I would add that together optional. Try run. What else do we have here? Somehow, wait, is there just a JPEG update coming in from data the other day? Interesting, cool. Image dry run. What else would be optional of a lib sample rate is not really. This is libjack. Okay, cool. That's not even interesting. Interesting. Okay, let's do that only for those two. Let's once manually. So this is the last time I will flag that manually. Or kind of sort of maybe. So let's see, Jack. Again, this will obviously be automated in a second. A minute. And I need theoretically even lib AI. You know what? Does it even uring? I think it has lib uring support. Maybe we actually check that while we are at it. And the other thing, what did I want? Jack and fuse, right? What's the other fuse? Is it what I've done? Oh no, it's did I say fuse? Fuse Jack SDL. I'm pretty sure that is, I'm not even sure what they do with that, to be honest. So let's see how this would work here with that one. So fuse not installed, add optional dependency, build time on this Horizon apparently second. So fuse no, Jack 2 no, libSDL no. Puts all your, this is installed, just update. Okay. So this is how this works. Such a huge quality. I should, in retrospect, such a low-hanging fruit. I should, like this kind of stuff, like being at the right time, at the right place, and doing it's not only, I mean, of course, maybe half is being at the right time, at the right place. The other thing is, of course, attention to detail, and that I overlooked it, right? For me, it always, yeah. But the thing is also, I mean, you could say it's lazy not doing that, but it's not really lazy when all the other stuff of maintaining that or fixing stuff to build is even a larger effort. It is more like you spent already so much time on getting all the other stuff built and work, Linux kernel and O2 and P3 and stuff, that at the end of the day it's like dude, I'm not in the mood or caring about that particularly, but that's certainly, in retrospect, I would say one of the biggest failures of our usability dedication and ambitions. Leave in the comments below. I think we will add one more thing. I mean, I have to finish that. I still have to write the shellcode of, I've added that to emerge to do that. I need to also do the shellcode for actually transforming the metadata into the cache file. That will be a two-step process actually of that annotating. And the last but not least, we could do one more thing. We could actually try to auto-annotate the dependencies with versions. We could, for all the modern stuff, I would say we probably kind of only should support modern stuff. Basically, we could track all the calls to package config. I think a lot of stuff runs with minimum version, right? At least like package config at least. So basically we could add a package config wrapper. I believe that is already on my package config wrapper. Yeah, auto track I have this on my to-do already. So to automatically annotate the annotations with package config at least executions, that certainly would be the next. And then our image could say, but like if you want that because currently it's skipping optional version minor updates, we could make that even more intelligent. That's certainly the last 10% of usability, but that would be nice to have eventually. Let's see if QEMU, I believe I read somewhere that QEMU has high performance support for uring. Lib, package names. Oops. Should be uring. Uring. Oh, there, lib uring font. So yeah, that apparently, as it even has libnfs, does it have somehow direct? So yeah, there are many dependencies. So many of which could be, like even, for example, SPICE protocol, right? So lots and lots of stuff. Actually, sorry, do we even have libiSCSI? We probably don't. So yeah, another GitHub of T2. Let's open another issue of packaging all those dependencies. Okay, that's another thing. New issue. Package new optional QEMU tips. Like libnfs, I believe we don't. Unless, I mean, maybe we have that, but maybe it is. Ah, we have libnfs. Okay. Ah, cool. I mean, you know what? Let's instantly move that to file system. Moved. Okay, well, so this is it. Moved libnfs contrib libnfs file system. And let's finish the bug report. This was libiSCSI, potentially more. libiSCSI. And what else would be? Actually, that not that many, huh? Okay, maybe it's not even verse 2. You know what? If it's only one. Okay, let's forget this bug report. This is not important enough to run a dedicated GitHub report. It's just package libiSCSI. Not it's the most important thing, but anyway. So let's do that for libIOUring. What even is the package name? IOUring, is it with space or not? Lib IO. Oh, is it liburing? That's liburing. Liburing, do we have? No. So it's, where would it be sorted? Uring is here, right? It's added manually. It's proof of liburing. But I guess you get the idea already. I just want some examples for other than to copy thoroughly, maybe sort of alphabetically, that's the most important. With liburing. So now it are also force. Few still not, check still not, libstr still not, liburing. Yes, please. And now we build liburing. Yeah, I hope you are as amazed as we. We certainly put our fingertips on the keyboard and code where our mouse is of promising features and criticizing otherwise, Microsoft's failing. Previous video, Windows subsystem for Linux, unexpected error, usability. I slightly wonder, so that probably, maybe that should actually benchmark that. So that what that is of course theoretically delivering higher performance for high I/O throughput. Certainly that is this kind of applications where liburing can potentially certainly shine very much if you have really high bandwidth throughput SSD virtual machine stuff. Certainly you probably want some high performance file system driver backend then Word I/O. Certainly not sure if NVMe would be performant enough, like emulated NVMe. So yeah, leave in the comments below. It's not yet committed, so I mean you can in general always leave comments of usability, typos, and further improvements. And then yeah, you can also send patches, right? It's like if you build T2 and some optional dependencies annoy you, emerging your GNU step stuff or KDE GNOME desktop, leave us in the comments below. And in general, what you think of this highly automated process. I mean, the problem is that so many dependencies that manually attributing them is of course a little bit work, but it's less, I would still say it's less error prone because Kinder or automated tracking should capture all used dependencies. Sure, it can overshoot that and add some other random stuff. But I mean, manually you can also have typos, add some manual stuff. And also manual and like doing it fully manual requires that you constantly watch, like constantly update them and watch out for them, right? Like LibreOffice, Ardour, Firefox constantly gets new dependencies, so it constantly needs updates. So let's see, libio liburing found, yes, used, okay. That works as intended, amazing. And we could, last but not least, do some more coding. The where to add this is actually build package. I had that open already, AVR here. So that is desk E. So basically here we would need add, here's egrep, this is egrep, okay. So basically add are optional. So in this case we can actually, you know what, let's, do we have a failed package here? That did we, or let's use git, this has at least two. Oh, let's also have keep tempfs. I keep an error, why does it not? Or did I control C that too early? Okay, that works already. And then let's switch that to SED because previously this is using two grep expressions. We can do this in one SED. So basically substitute, so this is capture, so that is, actually does it even, or maybe is it only, does that only work with GNU SED? Oh, that might only work, multiple groups, that might be a thing. Okay, let's maybe not, I would need to test this. We want to increasingly support BSDs. I can't break, maybe we would need some new standard of what to do here. So basically we want to add both not too many keyboard layouts today again. Add, so we only does egrep. I believe egrep does it. I was getting confused, but I think in grep you need to escape those. In egrep, hope maybe not. Add opt, and then remove. So I mean either. All right, this is SAD. Basically, remove the first thing here. So if we want to have this compatible, then not space not space start. That probably should be enough. Let's build some package with multiple dependencies. Like, this is only half of the work. I just want to pre-test it. Now let's how long does git build? Seconds, it's certainly a reasonable time to test. I still need to add a second processing step to transform, like basically in SED. So that basically should hard force all dependencies in there. And then we need a second step generating a pattern and SEDing the DEPs to opt. So that would be var adm, but I do this later then. Don't need to. So that's basically rapid prototyping in shell. Okay, so adding dependencies, so that works. The only question is, does it cache git? Yeah, TCL, TK, what else was there? That probably was it, right? Adding opt. Ah, wait, opt is wrong. We checked that, so that actually didn't work. Somehow I didn't. Somehow I edited the star away. That probably was a problem. Yeah, that's basically it. Leave in the comments below the next big quality of life improvement, usability improvement. And I hope you learned something, especially what kind of different things you can implement, what you need to think about. Even text user interface, of course, have usability. There can be good ones, there can be not good ones. Automation, user input, and yeah, so now the opt is away. That was just a star. I typed it, but someone didn't save it for some reason. Maybe I accidentally pressed X. I hope you enjoyed to learn something. As usual, it would be amazing if you share, like, subscribe, maybe Patreon, or YouTube membership, and have a good day and night. And I hope to see you soon for all the continuation of this to come.